Thank you. Well, as we were mentioning, we've still got yet another rainy day that we need to deal with.
So, I mean, it's good news, bad news, right? Because we've been in a drought and we need the rain. We just don't need it all at one time. So our meteorologist, Lena Maria, is on standby, and she will be the first to tell you, because it's the first time we've sat together. I'm a lot.
Is too, especially
She's
in Southeast Texas on holidays, right?
Yep.
You know, it's like there's just something about the weather and holidays that don't get along, just like your family at the dinner table.
She's in a mood.
Shucks. Yeah, taking a break from the mood at the moment, but the atmosphere is regenerating and we've got more rain to work through. So we're going to back things up before we move things forward and take a look at the rain that has already fallen. Really, the bulk of it was this kind of stretch or strip here that you see of yellow in between 45, the Gulf Freeway, and I-10. Spots like Deer Park and Baytown picking up in excess of 4 inches. Everywhere else, there was a widespread 1 to 3 inches that fell. And thankfully, we're at least getting some break or a window of time in between that to kind of recover and for that water to drain. It's just going to depend on, is it enough and where does the heavy rain fall today? So what spots are likely to see any additional flooding? Well, that same area that saw it kind of in between the Gulf Freeway and I-10, currently between a 15 to 40% shot basically at seeing any additional flooding get exceeded. So this excessive rainfall outlook, the way it works is if you stand in one spot and draw a circle 25 miles around you, this is your percent shot at seeing flooding in that location that flood guidance gets exceeded. The highest probability of that happening is going to be south of I-10, west of 45, because this is a coastal low that's going to develop and kind of move its way from west to east along the coastline, but also lift north. So again, the question becomes, how far north does it push in and where does this all line up? Something we'll continue to watch very carefully for you as we head through the afternoon and evening. And that's why the National Weather Service has prompted a flood watch until tomorrow. Again, watching for that possibility for any problem spots to reoccur. That was fairly limited yesterday, but again, we're waterlogged. Our soil is, wet because we already experienced some rainfall. Right now, it's relatively light and kind of isolated to the west side of town, but that's going to expand and spread as the day goes on. In addition to heavy rainfall, which really is our primary threat, in the event that you're traveling southwest along the coastline, there's also a possibility for some strong to severe storms. It's low, like yesterday, but a brief isolated tornado, some gusty, maybe damaging winds from Galveston all the way down to Matagorda Bay, Corpus Christi, and this does end slightly north of Brownsville. So something to keep in mind in the afternoon and evening. If you can get to where you're going quickly and earlier, that is a better bet. Take a look at this. No, your eyes are not playing tricks on you. This is a blizzard warning in higher elevations of far northwest Texas. Okay, 5 to 10 inches of snow might fall through the day tomorrow in some of the mountain passes, and this could make for very dangerous, if not treacherous, travel. And take a look. We've got winter storm warnings that expand into southeastern portions of New Mexico, into the Panhandle, closer to Lubbock, also getting in some wintry weather. And this is I-10 taking you back to El Paso. So it's not just the rain locally, but if you are traveling somewhere else by car or by air, you could run into some problems. We're off to a relatively quiet start for now. Quite a bit of cloud cover out there. Temperatures were in the low 60s, so we're certainly cooler and a bit drier than yesterday, which with those breezes out of the north. But as we head through the afternoon and evening, that rain is going to ramp up. And again, it's going to be heavy at times. Meet me in the bottom of the hour. We'll time it out on Futurecast and take a look at when the sunshine returns on the 7-day forecast.
Just glad to know that it is returning.
Yeah, eventually. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar. I don't know what the rest of the words are. You know what? It's time to say goodbye to your money. Stick to your budget. It's Black Friday. Okay, so I'm just saying the money just flies out the window and you're like, what happened to everything?
And it's ramping up. People are out there. If you are planning to take advantage of the Black Friday deep discounts, I dug in with some experts. I've got some Sullivan Smart Sense for you on how to score the biggest deals. Even though Black Friday's really been going on for a couple of months now, with retailers offering sales since early October, shopping experts say you can still save big shopping on Black Friday. While those door-busting days and door-buster deals seem to be things of the past, shopping experts say you can still save big on Black Friday, both in store and online, especially on electronics and TVs.
I was very surprised to see some of the excellent offers on TVs that we are, but they're out there, especially at Best Buy.
There are a lot of retailers that are doing decent discounts on Apple products. There is a new Nintendo Switch that's out this year.
They also expect good deals on clothes, particularly winter wear, and use the sales to beat inflation by stocking up.
Because the deals are going to be so great this year, stock up on things like the next couple sizes of your kids' clothes.
To get the deepest discounts, sign up for store emails and loyalty programs.
They will give more aggressive discounts in email than they will on their full site.
And for online shopping, use a shopping extension browser such as Rakuten, Ibotta, or Capital One Shopping.
The beauty of sites like Rakuten is that it's not an either or. You can use a coupon code, you can use an email discount, you can use a site-wide discount, and you can get cash back on top of those deals.
If you're going to be doing a lot of shopping on Amazon, have Camel handy. It's just a really good way to check the price histories of items on Amazon to see if what you're seeing is actually the lowest price or if it's gone lower before.
If you see a lower price for something, well, as I was just telling you there, if you see a lower price for something that you just bought within a week or so, go ahead and ask the retailer for a price match because many of them will honor that lower price. Now, meantime, several stores have opened early this morning: Kohl's, Best Buy, Walmart, so many. But law enforcement officers also have a few simple guidelines to help ensure that you stay safe while you're shopping out there this season. You want to try and park your car in a well-lit area around the stores. Have your keys ready when you're getting ready to approach your vehicle. Shop with a friend or a family member whenever possible. And stay alert when you're using an ATM or making electronic payments, with your cell phone or whatever, because basically people are always watching. The bad guys are watching, so be very alert of who's around you and what you're doing.
People are always on the grift.
Yeah.
I find too, if you put stuff in your cart and leave it there, they follow you and send you an email like, oh, you forgot your stuff. Here's a 20% off coupon to finish your purchase.
Yeah. So
still stick to your budget though.
Yeah. Well, holiday tradition is actually returning to the stage. I can't wait for this. The Houston Ballet's production of the Nutcracker actually begins today. And it is the perfect holiday experience for your whole family, from the grand sets to the stunning costumes, and as you can see, amazing performances. Performances are available through the month of December. It's all at the Wortham Center in downtown Houston. Tickets start at just $30.
Okay, I see you. So the Salvation Army, the annual Red Kettle campaign, it's already started with volunteers all over the country, and they're ringing the bell for your donations. So the Salvation Army, did you know, serves 25 million people all the year round, not just at Christmas time. We're talking 55 million meals, 10 million nights of shelter, and Christmas gifts to a lot of kids who may otherwise not have one. So if you have the change to spare, leave it on in there. Dunk it on in.
Yeah, I love it when they're dancing like that.
Yeah, I mean when they're putting the moves in.
There you go.
Look.
She's got the moves.
Aw.
Yeah.
So you know what? We got a day ahead of us. Although it's already, I think 6 o'clock at night, in Doha, Qatar. That is where the biggest match of the World Cup today is happening here on Fox 26. We're talking Team USA taking on England. Now, this is a rivalry, like decades in the making. In 1950, they called Team USA a real bunch of ragamuffins. Because
They said that?
Yep, we had a gravedigger, a dishwasher, and a postmaster on Team USA. And then England were like the biggest sports names in the world.
Right.
And then we beat the pants off of them. So there.
And we're going to do it again.
See, you heard it here first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you want to take a look at what you can expect. Here's a look at the matchup. 1 p.m. You can watch it right here on Fox 26, Group B, England versus USA.
I have a picture of them hanging in my office of their team.
It's 72 years since the USA pulled off one of the greatest shocks in FIFA World Cup history.
It was a great moment for US soccer.
Beating England in a game which became known as the Miracle on Grass.
There wasn't really belief that we could win, and we did it against all odds.
In their next tournament meeting 60 years later, the USA held England to a draw with Clint Dempsey, the American hero, in 2010.
I had to create the chance for myself, but you take what you can get, and you're happy to get another World Cup gold. Dempsey fires it in hard alone, and desperate mistake by Robert Green.
If you look at the history between the two countries, it's huge.
Now they face off in a World Cup for a third time.
The opportunity to play against England in the World Cup, you want to prove something. You want to say, look, I'm not just the little brother here. I can hold my own.
If the first half performance against Wales is anything to go by, little brother might be a bigger problem for England than many expected.
I think for the first experience of this group in a World Cup, I think it was a good performance.
Pulisic lays it through. It's Wales!
They're resilient. They don't have fear. They stuck together. They fought really well. The intensity was incredible.
The USA will no doubt need to generate the same kind of intensity against an England team who showed in their first game how potent they can be in front of goal.
I consider England one of the favorites of the World Cup, and they showed why. Just some really clinical finishing, really good offensive moves, and they did it with ease. What we've seen in this World Cup is you got to play the game of the field, and that's what we're focused on. England has 3 points. We have 1 point. The group's wide open.
I'm excited. How could you not be excited?
I was about to say, I'm excited. I don't even have any idea what's going on during the matches, but that package makes me want to watch.
The music was there.
Yes, and they have the slow-mo, which makes everybody look super cool. So if you do want to watch, you should join Nate, who is over at the Phoenix on Westheimer. And Nate, our team, I think, is the second youngest team in this whole kit and caboodle, no? Nate.
Hey guys, I can tell you it's kind of loud in here where I am right now in the Phoenix, and they got TVs working, people are working right now. We've been watching matches all morning long, so let's kind of go around and talk to some folks about what they think about what they've seen from the matches. We're going to start with this guy right here. Turn around, sir, where we can see your face.
There we go.
Okay, so you were here early when we got here. I want to ask you a couple of matches that started early. We know what they were. Iran and Wales. What'd you think of that win?
I think it was a great victory for Iran. I know that after our tie with Wales earlier this week, I really wish that would have been a win for the United States. It puts us in a must-win situation either today or on Tuesday, but certainly a couple of great goals in that match, a fun one to watch, even though it was very early this morning.
Yeah, no question about that. Thank you for your opinion. We certainly appreciate that. They've got to win. We do know the United States has to win 1 of 2 to be able to continue playing. I mean, this is what has to happen, and they've got a big match today. Hey, guys, I want to ask you, look, Qatar and Senegal, what you guys think about that match?
Which one?
It's Qatar and Senegal, or Qatar.
Oh, Qatar. Yeah. Man, I really was hoping that Qatar was going to get a couple more goals. They had a lot of chances, but it was a great game, and they fought hard, so I'm glad they got to celebrate a goal in their country.
All right, very good, very good. All right, so you got the United States today taking on England. What do you think?
I think we're going to take it. It's going to be hard, but, I mean, it's going to be a good match for sure.
Okay, very good. Thank you. All right, so we're going to skip over a little bit and talk to some other people who've been watching these matches all morning. Once again, this place is fired up about what's coming up later today, and that match is at 1 o'clock on Fox. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. Now, we want to ask you, yeah, we're here. We want to ask you about what you think about what's going to happen between the United States and England today.
England, 100%.
100% England?
On paper, it's happening on the game.
Because they knocked off Iran 6-2 earlier this week, and you just think that the United States has no chance?
Unfortunately, no, so I got to stick.
Okay, sir.
Well, I got to go for England. I mean, I think, they're going to win. US is still an upcoming team, but I don't know. They've still got a chance. They've still got a chance to come through, but I got to go for the 3 Lions, every time.
You're from one of 2 places, either London, England, or Australia.
Just outside of London. So, but I've been here a while, so accent changed a little bit, but heart's still in the right place.
I need another opinion. I'm going to ask this man right here. What do you think, England or United States?
USA, all the way.
Okay, why?
I think USA's midfield is going to be pretty strong. Tyler Adams being the lead of that. And I think we're going to grind them out. 1-0.
Very good. So there you have it. You got a lot of different opinions working right here. And so when you stop and think about that, no question, we'll see exactly how it's going to turn out. We do know that match is at 1 o'clock. Can't wait, guys. We're live here at the Phoenix. Nate Griffin, Fox 26 Morning Sports.
You know, you have to, thanks, Nate. You have to love, though, they're not just, throwing out a team. They have their analysis.
Yeah.
They have their reasons for,
Like, what is he even talking about? Mid-team's going to be strong. I don't even know. I do know.
I can barely hear you. I'm telling you, but it's loud in here right now.
Yeah.
At the Phoenix.
Yeah.
And these people are fired up, and they're having the beverages of their choice.
Yes.
They're having fun.
Little
So
beer at
1
9
o'clock today.
in the
Can
morning.
you imagine how they're going to feel at 1 o'clock by 1 o'clock this afternoon? It's going to be screaming in here at 1 o'clock this afternoon. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
A full bar at 9 a.m. No judgment. No judgment.
I know who won't be in here.
Who is that, Nate?
Hey, I'm just telling you, that's what they're doing. They're I mean, this is a family television station. We have to be careful about where we point the camera. People are having the beverages of their choices, and I mean, me, I'm an orange juice kind of a guy this time of morning. I want nothing but orange juice.
That's right.
But not them. This is the Phoenix, and the Phoenix screams fun.
Yes.
I'm telling you right, it screams fun, period. So we'll see. I just know that by the time 1 o'clock rolls around, whoever's in here, they're going to be ready to go and ready to watch a match. That's the best way I can put it for you. That's the best way I can put it.
Nate,
ready
you
to
are
go.
the best. You're the best, Nate.
Listen, I could use a 3-letter word.
Yeah.
I could use a 3-letter word, but no, again, this is family television, and I'm a family kind of guy. I like orange juice and coffee.
Yes.
Okay, I'm just telling you.
Okay, the
Not
three.
even a Bloody Mary.
The 3-letter word is fun. It's fun. Is the 3-letter word. All right, Nate. Thank you.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, fun. I am a fan of the fans,
guys.
though. I'm a fan of the fans that are
It's great to
cracking
see
open a
everybody.
pint at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, they're dedicated. It's great to see
That's
everybody
right.
out enjoying it.
Thank you, my friend.
Thanks.
See you
Nate.
guys in about 20 minutes. All right, bye-bye.
Okay. All right. Well, English soccer legend David Beckham
A
is
good-looking
in Qatar.
gent.
Yeah.
Another
he's got a little
good-looking
talent
gent.
too. Look at this. So he's there to watch his 3 Lions take on the U.S. And he was feeling generous. He's been taking selfies with World Cup fans while he's there. Now, the Middle Eastern nation is paying him $12 million to be an ambassador for the tournament. But he's taking a lot of heat for that because of Qatar's stance on gay rights, its poor treatment of foreign workers, and its restrictive social laws. But there he is.
There's been a lot of pushback on that.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of pushback on that. And it's the $12 million, he's just making videos left and right saying, I love the spice store. I love this street. I love this building.
Yeah.
I don't know what else he's doing, but he loves a lot over there, apparently.
Yeah.
I would too for $12 million.
Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look at the group standings right now. So this morning's 2-0 win by Iran over Wales is very important for the U.S. because that win puts Iran in second place with 3 points. And if the U.S. does not tie or beat England today, they will actually have to beat Iran on Tuesday to be able to advance to the next round. So you're going to see the U.S.-England match, as we've mentioned 1,000 times. It's right here on Fox 26 at 1 o'clock. But I will say this. It sounds like the U.S. does have kind of an uphill battle a little bit. We've got some tough teams. We're coming off of that tie win.
Where can we watch it?
Where can we watch it? Right here, 1 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Or you can go to the Phoenix and have a beer.
Yes, and then you can crack open a pint too. Okay, now it is time for my boyfriend.
Oh.
Hello, friend. Cristiano Ronaldo made history yesterday. Mm-hmm. So what? Oh, all right. I guess he's the first men's player to score a goal in 5 different World Cup tourneys during Portugal's win over Ghana yesterday. So he scored off the penalty kick, his record 118th goal in international play. He now joins Marta of Brazil and Christian Sinclair of Canada. They both scored in 5 different women's World Cups. Look at him go.
So did you follow all of that, though, about the changing of the teams and him and all that?
I don't care.
You don't care, just as long as you get to see him play.
You're going to tell me, I don't know, stats and stuff. Does it matter? Does it, though? All right, coming up, the next game, Serbia faces Brazil, led by their own superstar Neymar, and he was a key part of their first goal, dribbling through the heart of Serbia's defense, only for Richarlison to clean it up. And he was not done, getting an early contender for goal of the tournament this early, gathering a pass only to volley it up against himself and twist midair for the goal. It's amazing. Look at this. It's like that Nutcracker video we saw. It really is like ballet moves. I mean, look at this guy. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, that's called a bicycle kick. Brazil defeating Serbia 2-0. Neymar had to leave the game with an ankle injury, though. There's no update on whether or not he's going to play on Monday against Switzerland. Gee whiz. All right, so FIFA has opened the first disciplinary case of the World Cup.
What happened?
Well, you're about to tell us.
Well, FIFA says the charge was brought on by Ecuador fans' chants at the game against Qatar. They say that the chants were directed at Chile, and this comes after Chile tried to take Ecuador's place in the World Cup. FIFA gave no timetable for dealing with this case against the Ecuador fans, which is held responsible for fan behavior at the games. Oh, that's interesting. The team is responsible for how your fans.
But I wonder what the chants were.
Probably not nice, I'm guessing.
Yeah, but I mean, was it like foul language or something that's, specifically not allowed? I'm not really sure. I don't know.
Just not good sportsmanship.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what? If you are knowing somebody who's attending World Cup, possible spread of camel flu?
Ooh.
It is basically the Middle East respiratory syndrome here. So the World Health Organization experts say that virus is basically a more fatal cousin of COVID-19. And it has a mortality rate of killing third of the people infected. Now, camels are the viral hosts, and then the new strains evolve, and then they make their way to people through direct or indirect contact. So many in the region are being asked to stay away from camels, including, touching them or I guess eating any camel products to avoid being contaminated. Camel flu is one of 8 infection risks during the 4-week tournament. And you're talking more than 1 million people from all around the world are going to be there.
Is there a vaccine for that?
I don't know, but that is
bizarre. Sounds a little scary.
It seems like something they should have told people before they got there, too, before they decided to go.
Oh, by the way, camel flu.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So I don't know if you heard, Fox 26 is your station for the World Cup. So we have everything you need to know. Yes, we have games at 9, we have games at 10, we have games at 1. So if you're already on your phone, right? So just flip it to camera mode, hold it up to, I guess, your computer, your second screen. If you have 1 or 2 phones going on, and then this is going to take you to the page dedicated to the World Cup on our webpage right here on fox26houston.com.
Everything you need to know, like you can like sort of buff up on all the matches, who the key players are to watch, what's going to be happening. It's all there.
Or just one key fact.
Yeah.
One key fact that you can toss around
at
the
so
Phoenix.
So
you sound like you know what's going on. Yep. At 70 years old, one Houston man has actually spent more time homeless than actually living in his own home.
But now a big change. Fox 26's Dominique Keith tells us that he finally got to spend Thanksgiving off the streets, and it was all thanks to the kind-hearted Harris County Sheriff's deputy.
The 70-year-old's loved ones say knowing he's no longer homeless is truly a holiday miracle.
He's one of 8 brothers and sisters, and he's the last one alive.
Shortly after childhood in his 20s is when Robert first became homeless.
He's tried living with all of us, but he preferred the street all these years.
And living on the street has taken a toll in many ways, including constantly being robbed.
They take his wallet, they take his cell phone, his blankets, his backpack.
Vicki Hollop's uncle Robert is now 70 years old and in a wheelchair. When Harris County Sheriff's Deputy Matthew Soria spotted the homeless disabled senior, he immediately wanted to help.
Hey, this is going to be your last day on the streets. We're actually going to get you a warm place to sleep and a place you can call home now.
After connecting him to resources such as a caseworker.
A lot of times he would get a caseworker that wouldn't be able to find him, and the case would just basically get dropped.
So Deputy Soria became more involved until only one piece of paper was keeping Robert from having his own place.
So we actually took him to the Social Security office to get that document, to get this process finalized for him.
Just in time for Thanksgiving, this is the 70-year-old's new apartment.
He called me the other day. He goes, I got a place. He goes, but I don't have any furniture.
We took him up to his apartment. He kept saying, I can't believe this is happening. And it was a pretty touching moment. He also has my phone number, so he can call me at any time.
We are relieved, very grateful.
It's just God sent, you know. He reached a point in life that was at the bottom, and he probably felt hopeless, that he was never going to get the help that he needed.
The 70-year-old's family members say they are truly grateful to the deputy for giving them a really big reason to be thankful this Thanksgiving. I'm Damalie Keith, Fox 26 News.
What a heartwarming story.
That's your morning cup of feel good to go with your morning cup of coffee.
Can you imagine how good that must feel to be in your own home like that?
There's lots of good out there.
Yeah.
Lots of good people, especially here in Houston, in the Houston area. You know what? I personally love leftovers.
They're the best part of the whole meal, right?
But some people don't. Some people don't like leftovers.
Some people will not eat leftovers.
Maybe they're doing it wrong.
Well, Well, we're gonna give you a reason to want to eat those leftovers, because Bravo Top Chef finalists Don Burrell and Joseph Boudreau.
Look at y'all.
Yeah, they're teaming up. They've got a pop-up this weekend, and their menu spread is unreal. I got to look at this a little earlier, but they're with Chelsea right now to give us a sneak peek and some great ideas for leftovers.
Yes, I said I'd come back if food was involved. So here I am. All right, so for those who may have not seen us in the last hour, let's rehash some of the ideas that you guys shared with us.
Well, I love the respin of a Thanksgiving favorites, and I have all the major players here in a handheld pie, and the turkey, the dressing, the greens, and mac and cheese, everything all in a flaky pastry, and I made a little pocket. And the sauces are a nice loose cranberry sauce and Mama's gravy to dip it in. So I did. Yes.
Okay, nice.
Yes, I made the pastry.
And you said you could just use the puff pastry or and wrap it up?
Yes. So for those at home, you can use a puff pastry store-bought, or you can use a biscuit dough, or whatever you prefer. But it's really nice to just have that everything from Thanksgiving in one handheld pie. I love it.
Okay, I love the result. I'm going to bring this closer while Boudreau tells us about the other one.
Yeah, as Don said, it's all about remixing those favorites. So for our Thanksgiving hangover burger, we pay homage to the incredible side of mac and cheese. So we have like a fried mac and cheese disc on a house ground smash burger patty with a brioche bun, and then we did a cranberry ketchup.
Okay, I'm also going to bring this one closer. I wanted y'all to see this before I bit into it. See the inside, because we had all the good Thanksgiving goodness in there. Okay, so my mouth is about to be full, so why don't you tell me about this pop-up that you guys have going on?
Yeah, so the pop-up is all about leftovers, like we've been talking about, paying homage to how we remix those Thanksgiving favorites.
Okay. This definitely feels like homage in my mouth.
Yep. So also what we have on the list, we're paying homage to greens.
Okay.
So we have a gumbo zerb, which is kind of like a green gumbo. That's going to be mustard greens, collard greens, and it has a little West African twist we're doing like a palm oil roux.
Okay, all right. So where can people get more information for this pop-up?
Yeah, you can, it's on both of me and Don's accounts, as well as you can go to the leftovers, htx.square.site, and it has the information on all the pre-sales.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. You know, we tried that. Okay, I got to try this one too, though. I mean, Lena, you might as well come on in and mess up your makeup with me.
That's our collab burger.
Yeah.
So that has like a little mac and cheese fritter on it and some cranberry ketchup. But most importantly, this is all about Boudreau's Burgers, because he has an amazing burger pop-up that happens almost bi-weekly. And if you follow him, or you look him up, you will find out like where he is around the city and what he's doing. But like for me, it's the best burger in town.
So you're doing this like every other week. You're bringing this to something like this.
Something like this, yeah. So it's called Boo's Burgers.
Okay.
Like Don said, I pop up about every week or every other week. You can just kind of find us. We're popping up all around town.
Okay.
I don't know how you make the mac and cheese like stick together.
I'm making the mac and cheese.
Very carefully. You have to have a little bit of egg and make sure that the mac and cheese is a little bit frozen when you bread it. That's the trick.
That's a secret.
I mean, these are the pros. How often do we get this? Like, this is how you hook up your leftovers. And then gets to eat some more stuff. So best place to follow you guys, Instagram or?
You can follow me at who's_Boudreaux or at Booze Burgers HTX.
Okay.
And for me, it's Chef Don Burrell.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm going to let y'all get back to the weather or something. You know, there's other stuff going on besides me eating on camera.
Can I just ask you how you're spelling Booze Burgers? Is it B-O-O or B-O-U?
So it's B-O-O.
Okay.
I spell it phonetically. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like a ghost, boo.
Okay, boo. All right, boo. Yes. Okay. Yes. Check them out because y'all are going to want to get a bite of the stuff that you're serving up if it's anything like this.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like Thanksgiving too.
Yeah.
Sometimes
So
a
good.
remix is better than.
Yeah.
You know, I'm about this
And
life.
we also have some other items available in addition to this. So we're remixing cornbread dressing. That's going to be a cornbread fritter. Yep.
And I'm making sweet potato pie and mochi donuts. So
Okay, get out your stretchy pants and head on over. All right, so Lena Marie is going to tell us too that, you know what, when the rain goes rolling through, a nice plate of leftovers is perfect.
Yes, nice hot food.
Welcome to the live stream where the TV talent is off the rails and so is the weather. We've been talking about wintry mix happening in the northwest portion of the state of Texas and also in southeastern New Mexico. So take a look at what I found for you. This is a camera shot of Mescalero, New Mexico, and this is from the Inn of the Mountain of the Gods. And it does look heavenly and serene to look at a distance, but snow is falling and it is sticking. So in terms of the travel forecast for today, if you are heading back, take a look at the mess that's going to unfold across the Lone Star State. Locally, it's going to be more heavy rain that could lead to flooding, but we've got winter-related alerts up for northwestern Texas extending into portions of New Mexico. If you are flying to Florida, you are the lucky one today because temperatures there are going to be in the 80s with minimal problems here. There's a front that's going to continue to clear the coast, so you might want to check for some cancellations or delays along the immediate eastern seaboard and a little bit of wintry weather up in portions of New Hampshire and Maine as well. Midwest is looking quiet, no concerns there. Much of the west is also going to be quiet, but the far north Pacific Northwest is also going to be dealing with kind of a wintry mix. Some rain along the coast, but in higher elevations, a possibility for some wintry weather. All right, let's get you to the local concerns. Our main threat today is going to be the potential for more heavy rain, especially since we already saw some yesterday. And so there is a flood watch in effect through noon tomorrow. Although things are quiet right now, that's going to change as we head into the afternoon and evening. And a couple of these storms, especially along the coastline, could also be strong to severe. Let me hit you with some good news. We've been talking about rain for days now, right? Well, we're going to get a couple of dry days in there tomorrow afternoon, at least through Monday night. Let's get you through the rain first, though. Relatively quiet, clouds out there, temperatures in the 60s. Right around lunchtime is when we'll start to see conditions decline. So a couple of light showers through early afternoon, but then some heavy rain is going to move in south of town. This is going to come in waves or pulses, so it won't be raining all the time, but when it does, it's going to be coming down in buckets. Here we go, 8 o'clock. It's getting dark outside. That's when the threat or the risk for flooding becomes more dangerous because you can't see what's happening out there. And this pulls in some heavy rain, not only along the coastline, but that's going to kind of span across the area in the overnight hours again when it's dark out. So most of us will be sleeping, but if you're thinking about heading out on this Friday night, just be prepared for treacherous conditions after dark. With that being said, since a lot of this is going to be falling after dark, again, I want to stress that it doesn't take as much water as you think to reach the passenger floor of your vehicle. Only 6 inches of water, and it doesn't take a lot to flood your engine either. If you've ever done that before, you know it's not a good time. And just like we talked about yesterday on Thanksgiving, right? You don't want to be in a car full of screaming kids with food trying to rush to get to where you're going and not be able to do so. So allow for extra time if you'll be navigating the roads in the overnight hours. You always want to go around that water, not through. You might have to wait it out and try and seek higher ground like a parking lot or something while that happens. And if you're also trying to get around it, go ahead and download our Fox 26 weather app. If you haven't already, check off those alerts and it's going to notify you for your location if there is a flood advisory, if there is a severe storm that's moving on through. That's going to help keep you safe. And we also have those alerts going out on our social media accounts, which you can find me at Lena Arango, Fox 26. All right, back to the good news, right? When does the sun return? Second half of Saturday looks good, a bit gusty, but you can get outside and enjoy some of the holiday events happening in town. Sunshine lingers through Sunday and Monday, but we do have another storm system to keep an eye on for the middle of next week.
A lot going on, but I like that sun in the middle. It's a good break. All right, I don't know if you've heard, but at 1 o'clock today, there's this little match between the USA and England. And
where could we watch that?
And you can watch it here, Fox 26, or you can go to the Phoenix where everybody's drinking already.
So it's a good time had by all. So Nate Griffin is already there in the world famous World Cup sweater. Oh, with a friend, Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a friend, and this guy's pretty special. The one thing that you can count on, he is a friend, number one. Number two, he's an Olympian and a former football player. Played football at Rice, his college football at Rice, and was an Olympian, was a bobsled Olympian, I might add. Sam McGuffey, it's good to see you, brother.
How you doing?
You look good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
You look like you can still bitch about 300.
Maybe a little bit more than that.
Okay, my fault. More than that. Okay. So I want to mention that you have a golf tournament coming up. It's Olympic and Paralympic golf tournament coming up. It's going to be on December the 7th. Tell us a little bit about it.
So unlike most other countries, America and the United States, we don't get funding from the government to supply our athletes with funding. And, I was thinking of a way that we could kind of take care of our own, and especially with so many Olympians that come out of Houston and surrounding areas, why don't we do some things to kind of help them in their journey and how to become Olympians and train for their sport and the different resources they need to kind of get where they need to go. So, yeah.
Now you need to understand, and I'm going to try to make you remember, this guy was a digital sensation. You did something very special at South Fair High School, and I don't know how many views did you get from that thing?
I don't know, a few million.
Millions of views. And it was just, I wish I had the video to show you, but he went to Michigan and came back to Rice and was a star running back there and was on the U.S. bobsled team. What year?
I was there for 3 years, so my last year was 2018 for the Olympics in South Korea.
Unbelievable, just unbelievable what he's been able to do with his life and his athletic career. So tell us, what people do you guys have actually coming to the tournament?
So it's a celebrity golf tournament, so we have other Olympians coming in. Aside from that, we got my buddy Asher kind of working on a lot of this stuff on who's coming. So I guess we'll see. December 7th, there's going to be a lot of celebrities though, and other athletes from around the area. Yeah.
And you're able to get this thing done at a pretty prominent golf course, Memorial Golf Course.
That was due to Asher, not me. So yeah, it's been good. It's our first time, so we're getting all the kinks worked out. But this is going to be an inaugural golf tournament every year, where we get all the biggest and best out there, and hopefully get some money and help support these Olympians.
That's going to be a lot of fun. You play golf now?
I can. I'm okay.
I mean, we know you're a heck of an athlete, but I'm just curious, are you playing golf
I
now?
can't put it all together yet, but I can get 1 or 2 good swings in.
Probably hit a 400 or 500 yard drive. You don't even know how you did it. Okay, so I want to ask you this. What do you think about the World Cup?
Oh, it's crazy. We got here, I think, 8 this morning, and walked in and this place was packed. I'm like, never experienced anything like this. I thought I was walking into like a dead kind of just an empty bar, and it was just packed in here. So it's kind of crazy just to see that people from everywhere in Houston coming here to check out the games.
Well, now, since you participated in an Olympics, I mean, you got all kinds of people at those Olympics, but you probably never get a chance to focus because you're participating in a bobsled event. But what's it like seeing all these folks here this morning, and you know that they're going to be at the Olympics as well?
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's really cool just to. I mean, I heard a guy's voice from England over here, another from Spain, another walking into this bar, and it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. All right, man. Sam McGuffey, former football star there at Rice University, also a bobsled Olympian. I tell you what, he's got a golf tournament coming up. Come on out and check him out, 12-7 Memorial Golf Course. Hey, man, thanks for joining us. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we're going to get out of here now and hand it back to you. We're live here at the Phoenix, where it's really, really loud, and the United States is playing at 1 o'clock. Nate Griffin, Fox 26 Morning Sports. Back to you.
Yeah, if he had checked us out earlier, he would know that bar has been packed for quite a while this morning.
And everybody's in a good mood.
Yeah.
Because no one's lost yet, that's why. Yeah.
All right, thanks a lot, Nate. Well, we want to bring in now to the conversation Dave Morales to talk a little bit. He's finally getting a chance. He's been watching, these great movies coming out for the holiday season. He's been watching, his interview with Steven Spielberg. But now, getting the fun of watching all this stuff.
Yeah, so Anchorman, Will Ferrell, has fighting words for England. So pay attention, everybody. Morning, Dave. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Heather. Good morning, Lena. I'm here still in the lobby of the Hilton Post Oak, Houston, the Galleria area. So we were able to pull off the show last night. We did the Uptown Houston holiday lighting. I'm not going to lie to you. We got a little nervous around 3:30 when it was lightning and thundering here in the area. And from what I heard, like behind the scenes last night from the event organizers, they were this close to canceling because of the weather conditions. We can do it in rain and light rain. We just can't do it when it's real windy. Then obviously with lightning and thunder. So that did subside. I will tell you though, shout out to Mike Iskovitz, because I was texting him frantically around 3:30 yesterday afternoon. And I was like, dude, are we going to be able to do this? Dude, we're going to be able to do this. Because he and I have been talking for the last couple of days that the weather models were coming in, like whether or not we were going to be able to pull off the Uptown Houston holiday lighting. We did it. And it was a success. And Houston, you never let us down. It was a packed crowd up and down Post Oak Boulevard. Santa and I actually went up in a fire truck. They put us, Houston Fire Department, shout out to them also, HPD, Houston Police Department. They do the best. They actually put us on the top of a chute. It was the fire truck ladder, and they raised us above the crowd. This is the second year we've been able to do it here at the Uptown Lighting. Did it last year. This year, again. And the fireworks behind us, we were able to shoot off the fireworks. The crowd went crazy, including myself and some of the fire department. The firemen went up in the chute with us. They're like, so wait a minute, we're going to see the fireworks like right behind us. It's surreal. I looked at them. I'm like, look, guys, this is going to be one of the coolest things you've ever done. And they do some pretty cool stuff. But anyway, so we went up. The fireworks went off behind us, and it was just an incredible sight. So next year, we're already planning. It's going to be the 35th annual Uptown Houston holiday lighting, again on Thanksgiving night. I've heard some of the secrets for next year. They're already planning, and I can't wait to be a part of it. This was my 10th show to be the MC for the Uptown Houston holiday lighting, and I can't wait for number 11. But it was great. Houston showed up. There were food trucks as if we needed more food yesterday. But honestly, everybody had a great time. Despite the weather in the afternoon, it cleared up, and we were able to once again do the fireworks and celebrate the official holiday season here in the Galleria, Uptown Houston area. And I think citywide, everybody in Houston showed up. H-Town, you're represented. Every time I yelled, how about those Astros? The crowd went just nuts.
Yeah,
so it was fun.
It looked like a great time.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
And I love those
it was great.
trees.
Yeah.
I love those trees.
Yeah.
But did you talk to Will Ferrell, and he was kind of smacking down England ahead of today's match?
Now, I did not get a chance to talk with, I've talked to Will Ferrell many times over the years.
Oh.
Did not have a chance to talk with him about anything with the England and the USA game, which is getting ready to start here in a minute. And you'll notice my voice is starting to come back. I mean, my voice is, I got up this morning, I was like, I can't even talk. So hot tea has helped, and I'm getting there. But yeah, Will Ferrell, I'm with him, man. Let's talk smack. USA's going to win today, and we've got the youth on our side. And I just, yeah, we're gonna do it. We're definitely gonna pull it off today.
Okay, thank you, my friend.
Thanks a lot,
All right.
Dave.
Good
Great
job.
to see you.
So
Thank you so much.
I just pulled an anchor man. I read what was in the prompter.
Yeah.
to my dismay. All right, so do you call it soccer or do you call it football? It depends on where you're from.
I think it's more fun to say football.
Football, yeah.
Football.
Yeah. So Team USA and England are meeting up for their third time in the World Cup, 12th overall. So you can watch the most anticipated match of the World Cup right here.
When is that?
It is at 1 p.m. this afternoon.
On
Fox 26.
Fox 26.
Let me just double check. Yeah, Fox 26.
Now, earlier this morning, we had a lot of fun because the U.S. women's national team and Houston Dash legend Carly Lloyd joined us from Qatar with a match preview. So take a look at what she had to say. This is deep analysis into today's match. Yeah, it's a rivalry with a lot of history between these two teams. So to help us break us down, we brought in one of the best experts. We are joined by Olympic gold medalist, World Cup champion, not to mention former Houston Dash player, soccer legend Carly Lloyd, who is in Qatar to catch all the action. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. What's it like to be there?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, I would have never thought that I would be here at the Men's World Cup. It's an amazing opportunity with Fox Sports, and I'm getting my feet wet a little bit with TV. I'm enjoying it, and there's nothing better than being able to watch the most beautiful game. And this World Cup has been so exciting so far.
All right, so England, USA, the biggest World Cup showdown, arguably super big rivalry here. How do the playing styles differ, though, when it comes to that?
Well, I mean, the likes of England, they came out of the gates in their first game against Iran, winning 6-2, so they scored a lot of goals. They're most likely feeling very confident. They've got some unbelievable players, some young emerging talents like Jude Bellingham and obviously Harry Kane. So some big players that play for England, but you can't discredit the U.S. You know, they've got players who are playing in the English Premier League as well, some MLS players and players who are playing all around the globe. This is going to be a very huge test for the U.S. I think America has been waiting for this game. It's going to be exciting. And I think the biggest thing for the U.S. is to just go out there and not fear anything and really believe that they can win. We've seen so many upsets, so I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully it's a very exciting game and a win.
Yeah, and let's drill down a little bit more into that, because we saw England just blow out Iran. So what can we expect with England versus U.S., and then if the U.S. does have to face Iran after this?
You know, I think it's been interesting. I think for the U.S. game against Wales in their first match, they were two totally different teams. You know, it was the U.S. that came out aggressive on the front foot, putting Wales under pressure in the first half. The second half, it seemed like they kind of sat back a little bit. Wales made a few adjustments, started to play a little bit more direct, and you could just see that the U.S. was not on the front foot. And with England beating Iran 6-2, yes, huge scoreline in that game, but then you just saw today Iran playing Wales, and they ended up winning 2-0 and looked like a totally different team as well. So I think that the topic of this World Cup is to expect the unexpected. I think any team can go out there and put on a good showing. I think that any result tonight for the U.S. is going to be okay, but it's inevitably going to come down to that last game against Iran, and it is not going to be an easy game. So that's unfortunately what happens when you don't really take care of the first game and get those full 3 points, because now they've kind of have a little bit of an uphill battle.
I think that's a good way to describe it. Expect the unexpected. All right, so we also have 9 U.S. men's team members actually playing in England and are playing against some of their teammates. Do you think it will be tense on the pitch?
I think it's going to be a tense match. Even if there aren't teammates that are going to be on the field, I think anytime a U.S. team is playing England, there's some history there, and so it's going to be a battle. But this is the World Cup. You can expect to see battles every single day and every single game, and this has been a long anticipated match. I hope that every American fan and person tunes into this match, because it's going to be incredible. But I think it also gives the players that play in the English Premier League and against some of their teammates the confidence to know that they can play with them. It's going to be a great task ahead of them.
Now, we just saw the first red card of the tournament against Wales. They lost to Iran. So let's talk group play. So what needs to happen for the U.S. to get to the round of 16?
Obviously a win will help their chances tonight. But I think any result against England will be okay as long as they take care of business against Iran. And as we've seen, it is not going to be an easy task. Iran are coming off an important win to keep their dreams alive within the group. They're playing with confidence. They're playing with desire, with hunger. This means more to them than just a football game. So it's going to be incredibly hard, and I think the U.S. probably know the result of that match going into it, but their full focus has to just be on this game against England, one game at a time. But it is going to be crucial tonight, and it's definitely going to be even more crucial against Iran.
All right, Carly, last question, and this is a big one here.
Yeah.
Is it soccer or is it
Football. Football.
Football just sounds better. I like the football terminology, but I'm used to calling it soccer my whole life, so I kind of mix between the two.
I would imagine it gets a little confusing.
It does get a little bit confusing. We were just trying to figure out, so yes, no?
We're talking with a producer trying to understand the rules of the game.
Like you're losing, but you're still in it.
Yeah, you get points. All,
yeah. You want to win. That much I know for sure. We're going to switch now from football to football. This story is so fun. It's a group of NFL cheerleaders that say that they are so grateful this Thanksgiving that they found each other.
Yeah, some of them cheered more than 40 years ago together back in the Houston Oilers' Love Ya Blue days. Remember that? So our very own Melissa Wilson introduces us to the dancing crew that was known as the Derrick Dolls back in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s.
Look at the hair. Fabulous.
Meet these bubbly retired Derrick Dolls. We took a trip down memory lane with them at Memorial Park's lovely Clay Family Eastern Glades. Their time on the football field in the Astrodome, cheering on the Houston Oilers, still dances in their minds as some of their life's fondest memories.
And it was a lot of fun. That's something that you can't ever take away from us. I was one of the originals, 78, 79, and 80. And it was just out there on that field, it was just something else.
They wear the decade of when they danced on their jerseys. First up, Team 70s.
And she was my cheer captain for my team. So she and I go way back.
Here's Derrick Dolls Sylvia. Social media helped bring them back together 10 years ago.
We kind of lost touch with one another for a few years, but gosh, when we got back together, it was just yesterday.
They cheered and danced during the days of many football greats who are still household names, like the Tyler Rose and Dr. Doom.
I was there 79, 80. Back in the day of the legendary Earl Campbell, Robert Brazil, Dan Pastorini. It was just a glorious time cheering for all of those legendary football players.
Sonia tried out for the Derrick Dolls when she was a senior in high school.
And myself and the drill team director went out for the first round in 1985. So you have the student and the teacher trying out together. And we made it in like February of that year. And then I graduated in May. And then I had to wait until my 18th birthday to sign my contract.
She only stayed a year when the dance team disbanded. But then she came back in 1993 when it reformed.
So I go from being one of the youngest to now one of the oldest at like 26, if you believe it. So you have 1,000 ladies going out for 36 active spots.
They had some big moments through the decades and even got to travel overseas as NFL cheerleaders and dancers.
The highlights were going to American Bowl the first year, which was 92 to 93. We did American Bowl in Tokyo, and it was great. We had so much fun with the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. We performed with them. And of course, the football team, our quarterback was then Warren Moon.
They also got to travel to Mexico for the American Bowl to play the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas cheerleaders left the field during a storm, and that moment helped send the Derrick Dolls into even more fame.
And then that's when they named us Mexico's cheerleaders because they always said that Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders were like America's sweethearts and cheerleaders. So the next morning they had a big front page, Mexico's cheerleaders.
Really getting to do things at the next level was really exciting for me as a dancer.
And it helped set up Jennifer's career. She has had a dance studio in Friendswood the past 25 years and now encourages other professional cheerleaders.
I'm always really glad to have any current Texan cheerleaders come and teach at my dance studio. So yes, keep it connected.
These ladies continually get together to support causes. We first met them at the Susan G. Komen Race for the Cure, and now they're on board with Toys for Tots this holiday season, cheering on others in our community. Oh, and yes, they are also Texans fans and often cheer from the stands at games.
Love you, Blue! Go Texans!
They still got it, ladies.
Yeah, so cool.
Still got it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, I also was on a dance team.
Yeah.
For
I believe it, yeah.
for a soccer team.
Really?
And yet I still have
you don't
no
know anything
idea
about
what's
soccer.
going on.
So when they were playing right in front of you, you were like, no, I'm too busy dancing.
We were holding like a 7-foot flag and waving it around and up in the stands and stuff, and I never really saw what was happening down on the field.
Yeah.
But
well,
now
now's your chance,
Now's my
because
chance.
today at 1, I don't know if you know.
Yeah. Where can I watch the match between USA and Wales?
Right here on Fox 26.
Got it. Thank you so much for that information. And thank you for spending time with us and laughing along with us. So Lena Maria likes to say you get yourself informed and you get entertained by us.
That's right. You get both. We'll see you back here at noon. Enjoy the matches today and stay dry.
This news segment brought to you by Renewal by Andersen.